Greetings, class. I'm here to go over the essay on opioid addiction, and um, I think that the amount of fentanyl deaths have tapered over the past year or so. We don't know, especially with coronavirus right now, how much it's really impacting our nation. But for a while, a lot of people are dying, and it's an important topic to me because I have two people I went to high school with who died of heroin overdoses in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And it's fair to say that fentanyl is a much bigger drug in the Rust Belt, like Ohio and Pennsylvania and other places, than it is in San Diego. But it also bears to mention whether or not addiction is really an outlier. It bears to mention whether addiction is a product of mental health. Are they addicts or are they mentally ill? And I can't answer that question. That's a question you have to ask yourself. But if you feel that addiction is part of mental health, then I think this is a great essay for you. It's also a great topic. It's a short essay. It's not that hard to read. It is from 2017, so you might find something a little bit more updated on it. But it does go over how rather than just giving people opioids as a first choice for in terms of doctor visits, we should be giving them other types of brands that aren't as powerful and aren't as addictive. And I think that's fair. I think that's a very, very good argument. In fact, I think we've been doing a lot of that already. I also like near the end of this essay where we do a lot to fight drugs, but we don't do a lot to fight drug addiction in this country. And I think if we created more revenue towards that, rehabilitation centers, things like that, I think that's a really good solution for the latter paragraphs. Let's see. Yeah, I think the core of it is just we should make it harder to get opioids legally. We might be able to crack down more on people who are selling opioids. I know we went over after corporations like Johnson & Johnson, but I think it's fair to say that there's a lot you could do with this. You could say that maybe we shouldn't be imprisoning drug offenders. Maybe we should be putting them into rehabilitation centers. Maybe we should be advocating more 12-step programs to help people get off drugs. I think you might even say maybe we should decriminalize drugs. As an extreme counter, you could even say that drugs might even help with addiction. I know that a lot of people are talking about mushrooms combating heroin addiction or alcoholism. There's a video. It'd be really hard for me to pull up because it's under license by 60 Minutes. So I wouldn't be able to share it, but 60 Minutes this last year, they did a whole episode on how mushrooms are curing mental health in terms of depression. You could even say that marijuana could help with anxiety and things like that. So there's a lot of different directions you could take with this topic. There's a lot of information out there right now. And I think this is a good essay as a stepping stone into that topic. Also, just go back into it. I think I mentioned this briefly. I should clarify. Many years ago, Portugal decided to decriminalize drugs. And what that meant is that if you were caught using drugs or having drugs on you, rather than being locked up in prison, you had to go to rehab. Now, you could have a certain amount on you. And if you had more than that amount, then you can get in trouble. Not locked up, but you'd have to go to rehab or something like that. Or if you had enough to sell to other people, then you could get in trouble. So what they decided to do is they decided to focus on drugs as a mental health problem and not a police problem. And they were able to get a lot more people in rehab and really get at the root of the issue rather than just locking a lot of people up and spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars a day, as we've seen in other videos. So these are a lot of interesting topics that you could pull into an essay, and there's a lot of information. If you guys want some information on how Portugal legalized drugs, if you want some information, I could try to find that 60 Minutes video. If you guys really want that, I could try to find it for you. Just send me an email, all right? But these are two great topics for our paper, spirituality and mental health. The other one is drug addiction and mental health. And you could find a lot of solutions for both of these topics, all right? Thank you.